Stagecraft is a multi-level course. We have the beginning class, which does all of the theory and all the learning and gets all of the basic job skills done. And the advanced class is a lot more of the doing projects. As you can see behind me there, setting up a audio system for Chinese New Year that we're going to be doing over at the Masonic Lodge next month. What their main purpose of the class is to support any technical things that are going on inside the venue. So they do choir, orchestra, band, drama, dance. We build scenery, we do the lighting, we run audio, so just anything encompassing that technical part of it. So we do a lot of hands-on training. So the biggest thing is like problem solving and being creative. So we try to get those ideas going for design and build, so that way they can take an idea from their head, put it down on a piece of paper, and then construct it into a physical device. But then also be able to use problem solving through that whole problem, where anytime we run into something, they can go back and try to fix it or try to figure out how to get a better solution out of it.
Everyone, they teach each other, they help each other out. If you don't know how to do something, someone will step in and show you how to do it so you can. A lot of the people here are really good friends. I've been able to pick up skills like welding, soldering, programming on things like this, just things that help me if I want to pursue this as a career.
AP Computer Science Principles is about the principles of computer science. That means the fundamentals of computer science. We spend a month or two looking at how the internet works. So our students can tell you how signals get from the Ethernet wires and Wi-Fi all the way out to DNS servers and to server farms at Google and so forth. They know how the internet works pretty well. We also go into cybersecurity, a very popular major in college these days. And we do a little bit of programming, a couple months of programming. We do a little bit of web page development. We do lots of research on just innovations, computer innovations in general. We'll have kids writing about everything from Reddit and YouTube to Facebook and whatever is innovative and new that kids are using and students are using.
I feel like most students that take this course primarily take it just to learn more about the technology that we use every day and to better their lives and learn more about the apps that we use on our phone every day.
CS is a very fun class. It gets your creative muscles thinking. It allows you to think and do things. And it's not like there's many ways to resolve a problem, and it's really fun. Coding is really nice. And
I teach the engineering pathway, which includes 3 courses. The first is Introduction to Engineering Design. They learn how to do engineering design process and learn how to document their designs using Autodesk Inventor 3D modeling. The second course is Principles of Engineering, which is kind of like a physics class and a programming class mixed together, except that when you test the physics that you do, you're building devices to do it. And both of those count for UC science credit. Capstone course is Engineering Design and Development. That's our competition course. We compete in the JPL Invention Challenge and First Robotics Competition. First Robotics Competition is considered to be the varsity of all robotics events. We build a robot that this year can be up to 42 inches tall. It can be 125 pounds. It's got to be able to shoot accurately, control spinning control devices, climb at the end. It's a very challenging competition.
I feel like we've learned team building. We've also learned how to use different software and machines. We learned how to use a bandsaw, drill press. We learned how to use Inventor, which is programming software. We learned C++, Java, and all that stuff.
In our country alone, we don't have enough engineers. We are not training enough people in engineering. So the goal of this is to encourage students to take the math and the science to become engineers, get into the technical fields.
the beginner classes, they do sort of more like a lot of food safety and stuff like that, and then we do more of the newer type of techniques. And then my advanced class, the culinary science, I try to do a little bit more advanced stuff with them. So we're gonna try to get into some a little bit more fun things. Cooking in general is sort of like a life skill that you should have, especially as they start to move out of their parents' house. I think it'll help them not have to eat fast food all the time. They can make food for themselves, make them a little bit more confident in life. They have to be able to manage their time to make sure they get everything done. And then team building, we put them in groups since we only have 7 kitchens. So it helps them learn to work with other people. And then like I said, I think everyone should have sort of a basic understanding of cooking.
In the end, I think I took this course because it's fun and kind of helps you with time management, because everything in the kitchen is timed and you really gotta prepare yourself, physically and mentally.
Well, we made Mexican food. We made cookies last week.
We did a taco bar for the staff.
Oh yeah, and now we're making pies. So.
And it's like really fun. You get to eat your stuff after. Like everybody loves to eat, so it's.
We learn how to use tools such as Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator, and we learn photo editing, and some things we've created are cultural festival posters, concert posters, posters for various organizations around the campus, and right now we're working on going outside the campus to create posters for organizations in the community.
In graphic design, I learned how to use many Adobe products and how to use Photoshop to create logos and designs.
The most rewarding thing about graphic design is how I'm able to gain a new appreciation for all the design and art elements that go on in our modern world with the use of computers. Future students can expect a very project-based course. They are really allowed a lot of freedom by Ms. Moo to express their creativity, and they gain a lot of life lessons and experience through Ms. Moo always talking about the new things going on in the world, in the industry, and always giving advice for college and how to navigate post-college life, which I think a lot of courses don't really focus on. But the degree of freedom and being able to work with computers to create art, I think is a really unique environment for students to be able to experience.
I feel like performing is a great way of expression, especially for young teenagers. It gives them the opportunity to share what they're feeling inside, and especially within our program, because we have such a large focus on choreography, it really helps them develop their artistic skills. Also, dance in general is just a very strong discipline that fosters a lot of important skills that will help them not only in dance but in their other academics.
Beginning dance is much more focused for the beginning student, somebody who really hasn't danced before. And we do a fusion of styles in that course. Whereas intermediate dance is really for a student who's been dancing for a while, and we do units in ballet, modern, jazz, performance, and more.
For Orchesis, this is a more intense study into dance. All the students within Orchesis audition each year to be a part of the company, and they spend the whole entire year developing their technique and their artistry as choreographers, and they also get the opportunity to perform on campus, off campus, and they get to work with choreographers from the LA area.
So Orchesis Dance Company is the advanced dance class in the dance department at Arcadia High School, and basically we choreograph our own pieces, and we work with outside choreographers to create the big spring show at the end of the year.
So at Orchesis Dance Company, you don't just do dance, but you also have the opportunity to work with a team of 30 dancers. So together you learn to be able to have teamwork, but also endurance and stamina as you dance. And in addition, you have leadership opportunities, so you're able to learn to be able to work with others and mentor your underclassmen.
In the intro class, they learn the basics of sports medicine, so they go through fitness and nutrition, and some of the cool things they do in that class would be things like taping, and they deal with emergency injuries on the field, so things like splinting for fractures and slings and things like this. And in the year-long class, they do more in-depth work like that, so they do taping again, but they do CPR certifications. They get to go to like annual sports medicine competitions where they compete for, speed of taping of wrists and ankles, and deal dealing with like spine boarding incidents of people with head and spinal injuries and anatomy tests and all this kind of stuff. So, but we teach similar stuff in both classes, but it's more in depth and detailed in the medical and therapeutic principles class. So if they have an interest in nursing or any healthcare or pre-med, or I have a lot of students that want to do physical therapy, or I have a few students that want to become an athletic trainer like I am, then I would encourage them to take the class, to be honest, because we do a ton of anatomy in the class. I've had so many students say when they go in the pre-med classes they were so grateful that they took our class because it kind of prepped them for that.
So the most rewarding part of taking this course is, one, getting hands-on experience on and off the field, and then as for off the field, it's in the classrooms when we're learning like through lecture, and then it's getting to learn about like the human body, physiology, everything, and how it functions. And then the last one would definitely be learning how to deal with emergency medical care procedures.
So I teach 3 courses of video production. We have a beginning, an intermediate, and an advanced course. So students who take beginning and intermediate are slowly training so that they can take the advanced course, which is Apache News, which does the news show, live streams, special projects. In fact, we're shooting this project right now for you. And then we also have the live weekly news show, which is Apache News. So students produce that show. They learn camera, editing, storytelling. They do every part of it, from being in here in the control room and using the video switcher to being in the studio as the anchors, the floor manager, the camera people. They do it all. You know, we do live in the capital of film and video production. So with new companies like Netflix and Hulu getting into the game, there's just so much work out there these days for students to jump onto eventually.
I think the most rewarding thing about being in a video production class is just having another creative outlet that's not necessarily verbal, it's not necessarily just physical, but it's a combination of visual things, it's entertainment, it's informing people, and it's I think it's really cool to be able to bring people together to not only learn and enjoy something, but through a way that's very relevant to how we conduct ourselves in the 21st century.
During the rest of the school year, I'm most excited to just work with everyone in APN and create better shows for the future so that everyone can watch and be happy.